Do you know that living in another country will change you? So today I'm going to tell you the 5 things that changed me when I moved here. I think I have become more patient. I used to be quite impatient. You know, in Singapore we have this very good customer service, right? Whereby you get service like face to face. So for me in Sweden, it's impossible to speak to people on the phone, real people. So you take a lot of patience to get through this system, whereby you first speak to the machine and then they will decide for you what time, they will let you select what time, they will call you back. So that is something that is really new and I'm not used to it. So I think in that sense, I felt like I'm more patient. And also in the traffic, you know, people are not like in Singapore, very stressful, right? They drive and then they turn, they give signal very fast. But here people, they give signal a lot in advance. So I've learned to do that, and actually that is really good, so that, you know, nobody will get killed on the street. And then I think that I'm quite good in looking for ideas when I'm bored. Sweden is not like in Singapore. You can go out shopping, you can go to the garden, you know, any time of the year, because we have tropical country. But here is like very seasonal. In the winter, you feel very you're closed in your own home, like a prisoner. So it's very important to find things to entertain yourself. So I think I became quite good in searching for ideas. In Singapore, we are very spoiled, right? We can go out and everywhere is like happening, but not in Sweden. So you have to find out where are the happening places through website, maybe to Facebook, like event, and also things to do around the home. So I'm not the type that like to sit around and do nothing and just relax. I like to relax, but I like to do things in a very relaxed way, that I don't feel stressed. I like to take my own time to do things. And I think also I learned about recycling. Recycling is another area. We don't have recycling in the 30 years ago in Singapore. So I was brought up in a family where, you know, we live in this HDB where you throw things, everything in the hole, so you don't have to think. But here you have to think. So that is really new to me, and I think that is really good because you know, you learn to be more organized. So I think that area, I think I'm better now compared to 20 years ago, and which is good for the environment, right? In terms of communication, in Singapore, you know, when we say hello and then how are you, have you eaten, right? No, it's not the case in Sweden. In Sweden, you go straight to the point. You notice that when you speak to a Swede, and I think I have learned that I don't say how are you, have you eaten. I don't do that anymore, and you know, I go straight to the point like the Swede do, which is not a bad idea because you don't waste each other time, because there are always better time to do other things that are more fun. So in a way, I think you are more straight to the point, where you get things done within a very short time and you get the answer. You don't have to sit there and build public relationship, you know, like it takes time, you know, to do this, all this. So yes or no, that's it. You know, the Swede is like that, yes or no. If your answer is no, tell me straight. Because I think the Swede, they don't like to overpromise you things. Like, you know, if they say, okay, I'm going to help you to fix your pipe, and if they can't do that, they will never tell you that. They will tell you, even if they can, they will tell you, maybe I can help you, you know, or I cannot guarantee that I can do this, but I can try. I never learned how to say sorry in the past. I especially when I'm between 30 to 25 to maybe 45. It's very difficult for me to say sorry. I think that is the reason why, the ego is the reason why I am unable to do that, because you feel so proud of yourself. But after a while, you start to feel like, the Swedes, they use the word sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, oh, förlåt, it's like so commonly used every day. So for them, it's nothing. But depending on certain issues you're talking, and you're very personal, and you feel, really angry. So for some reason, people still do that because they want to move on with their life. And the word is really powerful. And I think I've learned how to do that. Slowing down the lifestyle is really important. It's much less stress living here, I must admit, comparing to Singapore. It's also like Singaporean, they are like, you haven't finished a sentence, they're already gone. I don't know. People are highly stressed in Singapore, but not here, which is what that's changed me. I used to be like her too, I can't wait for people to slowly talk like old grandmother stories. No. And another thing is that I learned how to appreciate nature. Nature is something that I didn't really learn how to appreciate when I was in Singapore, because we don't have so much of a nature there. So in Sweden, it's like the whole country, 70% is covered with forests. So when you live closer to the nature, you start to feel more relaxed, and also you start to be interested. The first year I remember when I came, I was brought to a forest. They call that the orienteering game, and it was terrible because I've never had experience in the forest before. So that game, you have to go and search for answer, like search for this icon, this flag, that they hide in the forest. So you're supposed to get a map, and then you're supposed to find all these places. The forest is not flat. The forest is like up and down, hills with small hills and rocks, big rocks. So you have to climb up and down, and sometimes the rock is very slippery. So I had a problem because I'm not used to that. So it took me a really long time, and I didn't really enjoy it at first because it was so unpleasant. That was for the first 1 year, and then after that I started to go out to the nature, and then start to discover some like plants, some berries, and that's where I started to feel, wow, this country is full of food in the forest. And especially, really good quality food like vitamins and sometimes herbs and medicine. So I became interested, and that's how my journey on foraging started. But you can pick or you can camp anywhere you like. You don't have to seek for permission. Like in Singapore, you want to have a barbecue outside, right? In the beach, you have to go to the office and seek for permission, and you have to pay like a rental. So everything is like for free, which is really good. The food that you pick, the mushrooms. There are people who come from Thailand to come here just to pick berries. They earn money and then they go back hometown rich. So yeah, I think nature is one thing that I would say has changed my perspective, and I'm still learning, and I hope that I could be better in learning more, like for example, medicine. In my case, I think it's a lot of soul searching. Give me the time and space for me to do a lot more thinking than my life or the time that I have in Singapore. If you like to support my channel, I am including a link after this video at Patreon. I make videos that are private, never been seen on social media, and I share them amongst my supporters at Patrons. Thank you for watching. If you're new, please consider subscribing, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye.